Someone at the table is already dead. They just don't know it yet. The money's counted, the fork is lifted, and the man who arranged everything is about to disappear for 7 seconds. Cards slap the table, soft, friendly. Cash stacked neat slid across the felt. $400 moves hands and the smile across the table widens. Joe thinks he's winning more than money today. He thinks he's winning loyalty. He leans back, comfortable, heavy with confidence. This place knows him. The owner knows him. The waiters know him. The street outside answers to him. That's how power feels right before it ends. Like gravity, like certainty, like nothing can touch you. Across from him, Lucky keeps his voice light. No edge, no hurry. He lets Joe talk, lets him laugh. Lets him feel like the room belongs to him. This is not a meeting, it's a performance. Joe orders dessert without asking. Apple pie, same as always. Habits make men predictable. Predictable men die easy. The plate lands. Steam curls upward, sweet smell, warm crust. Joe smiles at the first bite like a man who thinks tomorrow is promised. That's when Lucky stands, not fast, not slow, just enough to seem unimportant. "Excuse me," he says, casual, almost bored. "Gotta wash my hands." Joe waves him off with his fork. Doesn't look up. Doesn't need to. Why would he? That wave costs him his life. Lucky walks away without looking back. Each step is measured, not rushed, not delayed. Timing matters more than speed. He reaches the back, pushes the bathroom door open, closes it, locks it. Turns the sink. Water run, steady, loud enough to erase conscience. Inside that small room, Lucky doesn't breathe deeper, doesn't pray, doesn't hesitate. This isn't anger, this is arithmetic. Outside, forks scrape plates, chairs shift. A Wednesday afternoon keeps pretending it's normal. 7 seconds pass. Then the front door opens. 4 men step inside like they belong there, suits pressed, hats low, hands already decided. No shouting, no announcement. They don't scan the room. They know exactly where to look. Joe looks up with pie still on his tongue. Recognition hits him faster than fear, too fast to save him. He reaches down, muscle memory, old instincts. He's already late. The first shot changes the air. The second ends the thought. The rest are just paperwork. Metal crashes to the floor. The table jumps. Red spreads where white used to be. In the bathroom, Lucky counts without moving his lips. 1, 2, 3. He doesn't flinch when the sounds hit the walls. This room was chosen for that reason. Outside, the men finish the job the way professionals do. No panic, no celebration, just confirmation. They turn, they leave. Walking, not running. Power doesn't hurry when it knows it's safe. 40 seconds after it began, it's over. The war's biggest voice is silent. The city just hasn't heard yet. Lucky shuts off the sink. He dries his hands carefully, too carefully, like details matter now more than ever. When he opens the door, the room is different, not louder, heavier. Joe's body leans forward like it's still interested in dessert. The pie's on the floor, broken. Something about that bothers Lucky more than it should. He lets his face change, not too much, just enough. Shock is an art, you don't overdo it. Phones ring. Someone screams late like they're embarrassed they didn't scream sooner. Lucky moves toward the bar, slow, controlled. He becomes a witness the second he needs to be. By the time sirens arrive, the story is already set. It's clean, it's boring, it's perfect. Joe's enemies are everywhere. Everyone knows that. The bathroom door still locks from the inside. The window does open. The water was running. Luck like that looks accidental, only if you do know who planned it. By sunset, every crew in the city will understand what today really was. Not a hit, a message. And the man who ordered it will be shaking hands with the next king, smiling like he didn't just erase his own father. But this isn't over, not even close. Because the man who thinks he won today, he's already being measured. And Lucky Luciano is about to prove that betrayal is just the first step. The city doesn't explode when Joe dies. It exhales. Phones light up in back rooms. Doors close. Men stop pretending loyalty is permanent. By nightfall, every serious player knows the truth, even if nobody says it out loud. Joe Masseria isn't coming back, and the war just picked a winner. Lucky doesn't rush anywhere. That would look wrong. He moves through the evening like a man carrying grief, not leverage. Eyes low, voice steady. Everyone watches him the same way you watch a locked safe after a fire. Some feel sorry for him, most don't trust him, the smart ones feel both. Later, behind drawn curtains, Lucky finally sits with the men who mattered before the shooting ever happened. No speeches, no celebrating, just numbers on a table, territory, money that's been bleeding out for 2 years straight. This was never about Joe, someone says quietly. Lucky doesn't answer right away. He lets silence do the talking. Silence is where decisions feel heavier. The war was killing business, Lucky says finally. No anger, no pride, just fact. Nobody argues, too many funerals, too many envelopes sent home. The old rules were built for a smaller world. This one's faster, meaner, more expensive. Lucky's vision doesn't come dressed as a revolution. It sounds practical, efficient, dangerously reasonable. No borders drawn in blood, no last names deciding fate. No boss who can't be touched, a structure, a table, votes instead of vendettas. Some men lean in, some lean back. Everyone understands what's really being offered, power without chaos. But there's a problem, a tall one, Sicilian, wearing victory like a crown he hasn't earned yet. Salvatore Maranzano believes today made him emperor. Believes Joe's death cleared the board for him alone. Lucky knows better. He knows men like Maranzano don't share, they replace. Which means tonight's handshake is just another countdown. Before midnight, Lucky is summoned. No delay, no refusal. A new boss doesn't ask twice. The meeting place is guarded like a palace, faces hard, eyes sharp. Everyone inside believes the future has already been decided. Maranzano greets Lucky with warmth that doesn't reach his eyes, a victor's smile, a historian's ego. He talks about tradition, order, hierarchy. Lucky listens, nods, plays the role. Inside, he's already adjusting the timeline because men who crown themselves never see the knife coming. They assume loyalty grows where fear lives. Maranzano reaches for a drink, offers a toast. To peace. Lucky raises his glass, and that's the moment he knows for sure. This man won't live long, not because of hatred, because of math. When the glass touches Lucky's lips, the decision is already finished. The same way Joe's was, another boss, another ending. And this time the city won't even pretend it was an accident. Power changes the room before it changes the city. Maranzano sits higher now, different chair, more guards, more rules written in ink that smells like ego. He calls himself the answer to chaos. Says the war proved only one thing, that the old ways still work if the right man holds them. Lucky hears all of it, accepts none of it. Every meeting feels heavier, longer, like the air is waiting for someone to make a mistake. Maranzano starts rearranging the board, promotions that feel like traps, demotions dressed as discipline. Men disappear from tables they used to own, and Lucky notices something else. The lists, names written down, bloodlines, who belongs, who doesn't. That's when the future turns ugly. Because Lucky's world was built on flexibility. Maranzano's is built on obedience. One night, a whisper reaches Lucky before a bullet ever could. Quiet, careful, the kind of information that only travels once. Maranzano is planning a purge, old enemies first, new thinkers next. Lucky is on the paper, not today, not tomorrow, but soon enough to feel real. Fear never touches his face. Fear is loud. Lucky stays quiet. He does confront. He doesn't warn. He prepares. If Maranzano wants to rule alone, then he has to die alone. Lucky reaches out sideways, not up. People who don't sit at thrones, people who don't need permission, men who understand timing. He doesn't say the word kill, never has to. He asks questions instead, about access, about uniforms, about who opens doors without checking faces. And slowly the outline appears. Maranzano trusts authority, respects badges, believes systems protect him. That's the flaw. Lucky arranges meetings where nothing is decided. Lets Maranzano feel secure. Lets him believe loyalty still flows one way. All the while, he's moving pieces that don't look connected. A tailor here, a schedule there, a favor repaid in silence. The plan isn't loud, it's elegant. One visit, one room. No escape routes worth mentioning. Maranzano keeps building his empire, blind to the fact that empires collapse from inside, always have. And the closer he gets to feeling untouchable, the more dangerous he becomes. Not to his enemies, to his allies. Lucky knows the clock has started, not because he's rushing, Because someone else is. And when Maranzano finally reaches the point where he thinks he's won everything, that's when Lucky will take the rest. The final moves never feel dramatic while you're making them. They feel administrative. Lucky keeps showing up, keeps shaking hands, keeps agreeing just enough to stay useful. Maranzano mistakes that for obedience. That's what men like him always get wrong. The meeting is set like any other, private, important, wrapped in authority. Maranzano believes the city now runs through him, believes the room bends because he sits at the center. He doesn't notice how calm Lucky is when he arrives, doesn't question why the guards at the door look unfamiliar. Badges make people lazy. The men who walk in with Lucky don't speak. They don't need to. Uniforms carry weight, even fake ones. Maranzano rises, confused more than afraid. That delay costs him everything. The room fills with violence fast and clean. No speeches. No chances to negotiate history. The man who wanted to rule like Caesar learns too late that Rome always falls. When it's over, Lucky doesn't linger. He never does. By the time anyone outside understands what happened, the future has already been written. But this time, there's no throne waiting. Lucky doesn't take the title everyone expects. That would miss the point. He builds a table instead. A place where power can be divided before it explodes. No boss of bosses. No single crown, just structure, rules, balance. The city adjusts, quickly, because the men who survive are the ones who understand the new math. Lucky steps back, not out. Control doesn't need a spotlight. Years later, people will argue about how it really happened, who pulled the trigger, who planned what. That's fine. Legends are useful, truth is optional. What matters is this. Lucky Luciano didn't win by force. He won by timing, by silence, by letting everyone believe the danger was somewhere else. And the most dangerous thing he ever did was convince the world he was just another man in the room, the kind you never suspect.